Football Dad's Army, as we await the Brentford today. David Raya can't play because he's a Brentford player. He's on loan from Brentford, about to agree all personal terms on a full-time deal. But what does this mean for Aaron Ramsdale? What it does mean for Aaron Ramsdale today is that he starts. He plays today, and it's time for him to prove himself and try and win his place back. There's a lot of people saying, when we signed David Raya, you can't have two number one keepers at the club, which I think is ridiculous. You can have two number one. Why have two players in every position on the pitch? You know, that's good enough to take over like two right backs, four centre backs, two left backs, and so on and so on. Every other team, every other superb team, elite team in the world have got this. But people are moaning about having it at keeping level. Why? I don't understand. I think it's a great idea to have two world class or close to world class keepers in the same squad, because it keeps one on their toes. It keeps the other one on their toes, like it does for every other position on the pitch. And I think it's a great idea. And David Raya's come in, who Arteta did want to sign before he signed Aaron Ramsdale a couple of years ago, but he couldn't get him, so he signed Ramsdale as his second choice. But now he's got Raya, and Raya is going to be staying at the club because all the terms that have been agreed from Brentford and personal terms from David Raya. So that's going to happen in the summer. So he's going to be a permanent Arsenal player in the summer. I think it's a £27 million fee. But does this mean that Aaron Ramsdale has to move on in the summer? No, I don't think so. People were saying, if I was Aaron Ramsdale, I'd move on in January. I'd elbow the club off. Why? Why would you do that? Who's going to come in for him? Chelsea? Make Chelsea strong. All right, we'll sell Aaron Ramsdale to Chelsea, give them a better keeper than what they've got already, and make them stronger. Should we do that? No, we shouldn't do that. We should keep Aaron Ramsdale at the club, especially in January. If he feels he has to move on in the summer, then, you know, all right, go on then, move on. But fight for your place, Aaron. Fight for your place, because, you know, there's nothing better in football than competition for places, because it keeps you sharp, it keeps your desire there, and it keeps you wanting to improve and keeps you wanting to get better and better and better, which every player on the pitch has to do. In the elite teams anyway. I know we haven't got a player for every position that's as good as the starter. You know, there are some that are a little bit less, a little bit not as good, but you know, you need that competition for places, and that's what keeps the team going. It's what keeps the team successful. It's what keeps you winning titles and winning cups. It's what makes teams strong and makes teams hard to beat and make teams, you know, if you get an injury, you've got another player, boom, straight in there to take his place. So that's, in my eyes, that's a great idea to have two players for every position on the pitch. Now, we're talking about two players for every position on the pitch. Gabriel Jesus is back in contention to take over from Trossard, who's been playing up front, leading the line since Jesus has been out injured, and Eddie Nketiah I think he's got a little injury, but he's not cutting the mustard. He's not good enough. So the competition is between Trossard and Jesus. I've done a poll on my YouTube channel, and who would you pick? Who starts, Trossard or Jesus? And so far, 57% of the poll is saying Trossard. Now, I don't think Trossard deserves to be dropped, because I think he's played well in his last few games. But, you know, I think Jesus is a slightly better player for me. For me, he's played 90 minutes in the week for Brazil, and I will go with Jesus. I will go with Jesus, and just, you know, it's great to have rotation. It's great to have that option to rotate players. And, you know, we've got loads of competitions. We've got the Cup, and we've got Champions League. I mean, the Cup starts in the FA Cup starts in January, so you know there's plenty of games still to play, and there's plenty of players out there who can prove themselves and make themselves worthy of their position. This is what we need to do. You need to have players, and you need the players that compete against each other for that position. You know, Man City do it. But Pep does know how to rotate. Pep Pep does know he's got that on lock. He knows, and that's why they've been so successful over the years. Arsenal now have got options of attacking players like Trossard, like Jesus. There's not really much competition for Saka, but we need that though. We do need that. I know Trossard can play there. Trossard can play on the left as well as competition for Martinelli, versatile. He can play as a number 10. But, you know, Kai Havertz is not the guy for me. Not Kai Havertz. If there's 2 players in that squad that I would sell straight away, there's 3 actually. I can mention that I will sell, and I don't think it's good enough for Arsenal. And it's Eddie Nketiah, Fabio Vieira, who might be going to Marseille. There's whispers he might be going on loan to Marseille, but it's going to weaken our midfield. It's going to weaken our midfield in numbers, but not in quality. And Kai Havertz, I don't think Kai Havertz. I think in the international break, I think a certain period of one of the games, I didn't see the game, but I've heard people saying he was actually playing at left back. So what is his position? Where does he play? You know, I think he scored for Germany and all. I think he scored a good goal for Germany, but, you know, he's not. I don't know what. It's not happening for him at Arsenal. I need to know your opinions on this. Let me know in the comments down below. How would you go against Brentford today? What would you set up? We know we've got to play Ramsdale because the keeper we've got, third choice keeper, is nowhere on that level. And Ramsdale needs a bit of confidence. I think he's still a great keeper. I think he's a fantastic keeper, but you know his distribution has been a bit off key in recent games that he's played in, and I think that's what he's got to work on. This is why Raya's getting in front of him, because he's a better distributor of the ball from the back, whether it's long or whether it's short. He's still better. I think he's still got more. I think he's more confident, and you know I don't think he's as erratic as what Ramsdale has been with ball to feet. But you know that's how Arteta likes to play, and this is probably why he's not getting many starts. But I'd like to know what you think about that. But Ramsdale must play today against Brentford. Well, he's got to play today because the third choice keeper is nowhere near. I'm not sure. I'm hearing whispers that Ben White might be injured, so we might see Tommy Arsenal at right back. I think, you know, obviously Saliba and Gabriel, possibly because of the Ben White situations, we might see Zinchenko coming back into left back instead of Tommy Arsenal. And then in midfield, I would go with the Declan Rice, Jorginho as a double pivot there. This is what I would do. I want to see them as a double pivot in that midfield. We're away at Brentford. They're a tough team to play away. We should beat them. I mean, I did do a video. I did predict a 3-0 victory for us. I still think we could do that. I think having that solidarity at the back there. But Jorginho could be more of the 6 and Rice the 8. Or they can both sit, and they, you know, when we ain't got the ball, it'd be a solid little protection for that defence. And then up at right back, right wing, obviously Saka. In the middle, this is where I play Trossard. That 10, Martinelli on the left, and Jesus up front. Let me know what you do. Odegaard, and all he's back, he's going to be on the bench. I don't think he's going to start, but he'll be on the bench. But there's another option there for Odegaard. He can come on for Rice. He can come on for Trossard. You know, there is options. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you would do, and I'll see you soon.